These nachos. I dream about these nachos. Hey everyone, Dan and Leslie back for another Disney dining review.
We know we're gonna like this because we have been here multiple times, but we are headed to Animal Kingdom theme park to go to Yak and Yeti.
I love Yak and Yeti. It's been a while since we've been here, and honestly, my favorite thing to get here from when we first started coming back in like 2012 up through those years was the seafood curry. And then they took it off the menu several years ago, and we really haven't been back since.
One of our favorite things on the menu is an appetizer. It's the Ahi Tuna Nachos. It is a shareable dish. I'm not sure if we're gonna get that today. Okay.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they recommend for appetizers. If there's something else that they say is hands down better, then maybe we'll get that.
There's actually a new Malaysian seafood curry on the menu, so that's intriguing. It's
intriguing, but it's more of a pasta though.
Yeah, that is true.
The old seafood curry was actually like curry with rice. It was like more of a traditional like Thai dish curry, where this seems like more, it's like...
It was raviolis.
It's raviolis.
Yeah, so...
In a curry sauce. I don't know.
So there's lots of really interesting things on the menu. Like we said, we've been here a million times. We've actually tried several of these things, but there's some good looking dishes. I mean, you can get anything from a burger to ribs to sweet and sour chicken.
This has always been a great restaurant in the past, but we haven't been since COVID shutdown, so we'll see. It is run by Landry's. It is not a Disney owned and operated restaurant, so they used to be able to, if you had a Landry's card, get you in a little bit faster, or if you didn't have a dining reservation, and they stopped that for a while with COVID. I don't know if it's back yet or not.
I do believe that it is, but they did used to be able to, you could actually call direct to the restaurant if there weren't reservations on the Disney site, but I have not seen that come back.
I'm excited about this. It is back in the Asia section of Animal Kingdom theme park, kind of back by Expedition Everest, and I'm ready. It is a little bit rainy, stormy outside, so we'll see.
We'll see if we look like this.
We may look like drowned rats when we get to the restaurant.
Yeah, well.
Such is life in the summer in Florida. So
that is true.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's go. So they have quite a substantial drink menu. I got the old-fashioned, the specialty old-fashioned. Does it say anything about what that is?
It doesn't say anything about the old-fashioned on the actual menu. It said it on there.
It is acting as friction for my tripod.
It was something like, it was an old-fashioned romance. It must be a specialty drink right now, and so I think it had like maybe some cherry and cocoa bitters or something like that. I got the kiwi kimono on his recommendation, which is coconut rum, vodka, Midori melon liqueur, fresh kiwi, and sweet and sour. I hope I can walk out of here.
So we haven't been rained on as like, it's just been very overcast and
so the temperature
humid.
is fantastic.
The temperature is humid. The storms really are cooled it off like 20 degrees. It's 79 actually, which is crazy.
It feels great out there, but I looked at Dan and I said, is my hair growing? And he said, yeah.
Yep.
Kiwi kimono, and it is very good.
I have not tried my old-fashioned though. It's interesting. It's actually a lot sweeter than I would normally expect out of an old-fashioned. It's got like a maple syrup base, I think. It's pretty good. We had to get the Ahi Tuna Nachos, which he said was a must-get, which I'm glad because I love those
We were going to get them anyway.
And then he said the garlic noodles were a must-get.
Lobster garlic noodles.
Yeah, the lobster garlic noodles. So we're going to share that, and then we are added a side of coconut shrimp.
We talked about getting another dish, but I think we're just going to be so full.
I don't think we can eat it all.
With the Ahi Tuna Nachos, it's just such a filling portion that I would be worried.
Yeah. That looks amazing. It looks better than I remember it.
I know, right?
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it's fabulous. So the nachos are actually wonton chips, and there are like chunks of ahi tuna on there. Look at this thing. It is so good.
Still amazing.
Unreal. You have several different sauces. The ahi tuna, slaw. It's just, oh my gosh, it's so good. We demolished that. I'm a little embarrassed at how fast we consumed the mountain of nachos that was on this plate.
There's nothing left.
I was really hungry when we got here, and I could leave comfortable right now.
Comfortable,
honestly,
yeah.
I can still eat, like I will still eat the garlic noodles, but I am comfortable.
Yeah, like I could definitely go on about my day, especially if it was like a really hot day, and go get like a Dole Whip or a little snack along the way, something like that. But like that could be like my meal.
Absolutely. Yeah. Our food has arrived. We got the coconut shrimp, which is an interesting presentation. It's a side dish. Shall we try that first?
Sure. Not as good as the one at Sebastian's.
I think the shrimp are actually better than the sauce. Like the sauce is a little weird for me. The lobster garlic noodles, it looks fantastic.
I'm excited.
I hope it has lobster because it says...
Yeah, I think that's lobster right there.
Okay.
I think I need a couple of minutes and a couple more bites.
Yeah.
Seafood's done very well.
It's done very well. I'm not sure that it's over the top. I think we did pretty good. Like we pretty well cleaned our plate here, right? I definitely formulated an opinion, and we will give it to you.
At home.
It's almost like we've been in a park for 5 hours. I don't know.
Before we talk about Yak and Yeti,
really?
Being in Animal Kingdom at night is great. We literally walked on to Expedition Everest, 45 minutes before the park closed. Like it was said it was 20-minute wait.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you are in Animal Kingdom, I mean, everybody goes for the morning. I mean, that's when all the shows are and everything, and shows start tapering off kind of mid to late afternoon.
Yeah.
So there is that. But if you can stay after 4 between, like, Animal Kingdom will close like 7, 8, somewhere in there. Yeah. If you can stay till close, it's fantastic. If you want help planning your next trip to Disney, Universal, all cruise lines, or some all-inclusive resorts, please reach out to us. It does not cost any extra to book with us as opposed to booking with the destination themselves. Yep. And we get to help you and give you all of our tips and tricks. So
that's right.
We would love to help. We actually really like this place. This is not the best meal on property, but it is definitely no slouch either.
Let's talk ambiance and theming first. This place is very well done. It's placed in Asia, in Animal Kingdom theme park, and you feel that Asian flair throughout the entire restaurant. Yeah. I mean,
you definitely feel like you're in Asia. Like that's all of the trinkets that are the decorations and like the little statues and everything.
To the point that there is, I believe it was the thermostat on the wall that was painted over, and there was like weird little Asian painting art around it that kind of like highlighted that, oh, here's the thermostat. It was so interesting.
Yeah, that being said, it is not like over the top, like crazy. It's just, I mean, it is definitely above average, but I don't think it is so far above average that it really like draws you into the story. Like it's well themed. Yeah. I feel like I'm in Asia, but that's kind of where it stops. So we're gonna give it a 3.5.
Yep, our server was quite nice.
He was good.
He did a great job.
Yeah,
he gave us some wonderful suggestions. He checked on us frequently. He, he was definitely above average. He did not like go into the story of the restaurant and go into like the story of the different dishes and stuff like that. So once again, I mean, we think like he did a solid job, definitely above average, but we're gonna give him a 3.5 as well.
Let's talk about drinks. They kind of lost it for me a little bit on drinks. They did have like a specialty drink menu. It felt a little gimmicky. I mean, the menu didn't. Like the menu actually felt like they put some thought into theming their drinks, but when both drinks came out, they were just okay. It wasn't anything that like I would write home about by any stretch of the imagination. My old fashioned, it was not one of the top 10 old fashions on property. It was just
had multiple pieces of ice in
it did not have a big solid. How hard is that? Like we can do solid blocks of ice here in our home. Like I guess surely a bar can do solid blocks of ice. It's not that hard. Anyway, and then yours was good, right?
It was good. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I would order it again, like, but it was good. Like I enjoyed it whenever I drank it. I probably would have much preferred like a Safari Amber.
I was gonna say, like if I go back here and I'm not doing a dining review, I'm probably just getting a Safari Amber. And so for me to say that I would rather just have a beer off of tap that is kind of like the Animal Kingdom beer, what are you doing? That just kind of says, well, there wasn't anything special about any of those drinks, but they did have themed drinks. So I'm gonna say straight up average.
Yeah, so a 3.
The food is legit.
So
actually.
those Ahi Tuna Nachos, if you don't get them, you're missing out.
These nachos. I forgot how good these nachos were, but I dream about these nachos.
They are made with wonton chips. Every single chip is crispy.
Oh.
Every single bite I had, except for maybe 2 of the whole platter, had a piece of Ahi tuna.
Yeah, there's all these cubes of Ahi tuna, and literally, like I had, I don't know, I mean, it was a mountain of chips, so it was probably, I don't know, I had what, 20 or so, like, I don't know. But it wasn't until the second to last bite that I got a bite without a piece of Ahi tuna on it. And then the last bite had an Ahi tuna on it. So it was fabulous. The flavors were good. It had several different sauces on there. It had like a wasabi sauce that gave you a little bit of kick, and then a sweet sauce, and then a lot of like really fresh veggies on there. Like it was great.
Yeah, really good.
For me, that appetizer was a 5. But the entree and the side dish that we got, I mean, there was nothing like, they were good, but for instance, we got the lobster pasta.
The lobster garlic noodles, which he highly recommended. He said, matter of fact, that was the first thing out of his mouth that we should get before he even talked about the Ahi Tuna Nachos.
Right.
And
they were good.
They were good. I mean, we didn't have any trouble finishing it. Like it was definitely tasty. There was not a ton of lobster in there, which
you had to like find the lobster. Like you had to look for the lobster. So why would you name it? Should have been named shrimp noodles or seafood noodles.
Yeah, something. But there was plenty of scallops, plenty of shrimp, and then some lobster like throughout. Flavors were excellent. The seafood in the dish was cooked very well. I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. It just was kind of one of those like, man, they probably should have named it something different.
I mean, I would rather order like 2 of the Ahi Tuna Nachos and just eat that as our meal, honestly. Like that it was so, like, if you like Ahi Tuna at all, you have to get these nachos. Yeah. But the noodles, like, it's nothing to write home about. It was good, but whatever. Like, so I'm thinking, like, for me, like the Ahi Tuna Nachos is a 5, and the noodles and the coconut shrimp, they were good, but nothing to write home about.
Right.
Like, those brought it down to me, for me.
Yeah.
So
I think we're landing at about a 4 for the food, because it was really, everything was excellent.
Across the board, the food was above par.
Yeah.
But it just didn't, man, those Ahi Tuna Nachos set the bar. Like, best appetizer I've had.
Yeah. All that to say, 3.5, 3.5, 3, and 4. We come up with a 3.5, which I think is a solid score for an in-park, sit-down restaurant.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. This is actually a fairly hard, not like super hard reservation to get, but it's definitely books up. So if you think you want to go to Yak and Yeti, definitely book this at 60 days out, not unless. But you could, if you do have a Landry's card, they did confirm, right?
Yeah, I did ask, because you used to be able to call, if you couldn't get a Disney reservation, you could call and they would book a reservation over the phone, and they said they would only do that if you had a Landry's number that they could connect it to.
Like a loyalty number. But you can join that online, I think. So just, if you can't get a reservation, just I would try that. So it's fantastic. Between this and our other favorite sit-down restaurant in Animal Kingdom is Tusker House. Honestly, until Tusker House brings back their buffet, I mean, I like the characters, but this is my go-to. Like, this is the table service restaurant in Animal Kingdom. Forget about Rainforest Cafe. Don't do that to yourself. Like, so this, I mean, it's great. If you want like good quality food, this is fantastic.
Yeah, it was wonderful. So if you are enjoying these dining reviews, please hit that like and subscribe so that you don't miss the next one. And make sure that if you like us and you've only seen our YouTube videos, to go check out our podcast. We publish those on Sundays and Wednesdays, and it's called Addicted to the Mouse.
So we will see you on the next video. These are not just for show. It is loud though.